Hey folks, so I'm getting ready to do the differential oil change. I went with Syntrax Castrol limited slip 75-140, and it is approved for limited slips for BMW. Very important because there are some additives in the oil, friction modifiers as they call them. Make sure to get 2 new plugs. These have a rubber O-ring on the inside, and I probably would choose not to reuse it unless you really are in a bind. So these are about $2 a piece. No real expense when you're doing something on a car of this kind of nature. So there's the oil drain. The fill is right above it up here. Okay folks, so I checked using my ISTA program. Okay, as you see here for the E92, we're looking at 3 500 ml containers of BMW diff oil. As you come down, we have a little more information here, and these are the approved oils that you see here. I'm going to be going with the Castrol SAF-XJ approved oil. So I've purchased 2 liters of oil to see what the quantities are for the differential, and noticed when I got out here that the torque size that I need is much larger than something I have in stock. So here's a little trick in case you have to fabricate your own. It's a 9/16 bolt, and it will perfectly fit into the socket and allow me to take it out, hopefully. So we'll see. It's not the way to go. If you have the right size Torx, use it, but things you won't do when you have to make shift. That oil looks shitty. So I would recommend doing this about every 40,000 miles, because as you can see, it's pretty filthy and it has some discoloration. If you take a look at it there, it's got like the little different wave look. That's a sign of metallic particles or debris. So the oil you want to replace this with is a 75-140 weight. You want to be careful though. Make sure to use the correct oil. Just any old 75-140 is not the way to go, because there are limited slip additives that are in there, and if you go with the route of just any old oil, then you'll probably start getting some chattering from the clutch plates in the differential. So before you get started, one of the points that are made in BMW ISTA is basically they tell you get the differential to operating temperature before you start this procedure. So I drove around for about 20 minutes, got it nice and warm, but by the time I finally gathered my tools and got ready, it was kind of warm to the touch. So you might want to get it nice and warm, and then by the time you get ready to do the job, you'll be set. And don't forget to get a as I like to call it, I forget what size it is, big ass Torx. What I had to do in retrospect is I had to weld 2 nuts to each other, so one side fits perfectly in there and then the other side gets it out, because I didn't have the right tool and I wasn't about to run off to the store. So it took me 2 minutes to weld that up, and I did that instead. I know it's ghetto, but hey, it worked. So the oil has a nifty little spout. I'm going to have to get creative on how to get this quart back in, because I'm not going to do it from the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and try and do it from up here somewhere. Let's see. From right here, not good. So we're going to go ahead and try to do that differently. So ideally you want to come above. So this is kind of just a rigged little system I got going on here, but as long as it works, we're happy. And a nice snug is good enough. Make sure to dry everything, and if you're not happy with the snug, you can always refer to the book and go by torque. I'm sure it's somewhere around 20 Newton meters, something to that effect. But that's it. Simple 10-minute job.
Yeah.
All right, folks, so a lot of discussion in the forums and whatnot about how much oil goes into the diff. If you're just changing the fluid, you're going to get out about a quart. So that's about 900 mil or 800 mil. There's another 100, 150 mil. So it's going to be right around a quart. A 1 liter bottle is more than enough. I bought 2 thinking it would be 2, but 1 wound up doing the trick. And so here's the proof to the pudding. Old oil, 1 quart is all that came out. All right.